Hi, my name is Stephanie and I want to teach about Parker crossbows. Parker crossbows are made in America, Virginia to be exact. This particular model is called the Challenger. The Challenger is aimed more towards young hunters and women because of its size and its lightweight. It's only 25 pounds. Crossbows are becoming more narrow, smaller, and faster, which in the field that's pretty much what you're looking for because it's easier to carry. And when you shoot the crossbow, it's silent, which is how it's got a nickname, the Silent Killer. All crossbows are high-velocity hunting implements, which before handling and shooting one, you should properly know how to use it so everyone around you can be safe, including yourself, because you don't want an arrow in the eye. The only arrows you should use on a Parker crossbow are Parker arrows and also red hot arrows because they both have the capture knock, which I will explain in a few minutes. Basically, all the arrows for Parker arrows are made with a 400 grain and also are 20 inches long. Parker crossbows reinvented the capture knock to help provide the most performance, accuracy, and most of all, safety. They show in the past 10 to 15 years the velocity of the arrow has increased drastically. The arrow itself can travel up to 300 feet per second. Now, the knock itself actually fully covers the cord wire. And this up here is the knock. It's a really well-rounded knock, which is what it is, and it helps cover the cord fully, which is all the way back here. So it helps you get the most performance, accuracy, and safety when shooting the crossbow. Parker arrows and red hot arrows are less likely to dry fire because of the capture knock. Dry fire happens whenever the arrow is improperly placed through the chute and around the cord. It's either whenever it dry shoots, most likely what happens is it went over or under the cord, which that's not going to happen with the capture knock because it actually loops around the cord. So, but whenever dry fire does happen, if you do use another arrow when I told you not to, and that's basically only going to go a few feet, if only 10, it's going to slowly float to the ground and it could possibly break the arrow and also your crossbow. That's why you should just use Parker arrows and red hot arrows. So basically, because of the well-engineered design of Parker and red hot arrows, it's a very slim chance to none that your crossbow will dry fire. Now, assembling the crossbow, I'm not going to do that for you, but I'm going to go over the basics. Everything is pretty much connected due to this main bolt. The main bolt, whenever you start tightening it, like whenever they assemble it in the factory, they tighten it as tight as they can go, but they don't over tighten it because they don't want to strip the screw. Now, then there are the top two screws. One goes here, one goes there. This you just want to make snug because you definitely don't want to over tighten these because you will strip the screw. They're durable, but they're also little and fragile. So don't over tighten those, don't over thread them. Now, when you attach the quiver, you always want to lay on something soft so you don't mess up the scope. I'm holding this so it's not putting that much pressure on the scope, so it'll still be functionable. Whenever you attach the quiver, you want to align the mount and also the riser, which are right here since this is already apart. I'm not going to take it apart. So, and then you can also put the quiver 3 different positions. I prefer it in the center. It's easier for me to grab the arrows and bring it up to the chute. Okay, now with these, this is the cocking cord. These are the cocking cord. Basically, it's to help you bring the cord back so you can help it shoot. Now, because not everybody can be like Daryl Dixon from The Walking Dead and use our arms. He has muscles, I'm 105 pounds. It's not going to happen. So, and also with all the crossbows, they have this, so it lets you wrap around, so whenever you're not shooting it, you always know where your cocking cord is. That's where this groove comes in at. Now it's time to talk about crossbow safety. Crossbow safety is something you definitely need to know before handling any crossbow. So, we have the cocking cords in place. Now there's a groove on the crossbow that's built in that you can actually store it like this whenever you're not shooting, like whenever you have it, you know, wherever you like to keep your crossbow. I like to keep mine next to the bed. But So we're gonna pull the cord back. As soon as you hear the click, crossbow is automatically on safety mode. So, a lot of people don't know what to do with the cocking cords whenever we're done. You never want to do this because one of these hooks can help attach to the cord, and you don't realize it, you shoot 300 feet per second, you ain't gonna have a head. So, best thing to do, just put them to the side. So, now we're gonna select our arrow. Now, with this type of arrow, it's more towards target practice. If it was a hunting arrow, you would see it would be a lot wider, a lot pointier, and it would look like it would take your head off. So we're gonna slide it on in. Capture knock's nice and tight, as you can see right there. It's fully around the cord, like I explained earlier. Safety is still on, you have to manually do that. So, safety's on. All we have to do is flick the switch, we're ready to shoot. Whenever you shoot the crossbow, you wanna make sure the butt is on into your shoulder, as tight as you can go. You look through there, always remember with anything with the trigger, maybe a handgun or crossbow, there is going to be a recoil, which is also known as a kickback. Some people don't know about the kickback. You can ask your director where my arrow went for that. So we look in focus, safety's off, we're ready to shoot.